So I got in a McNees Backspacer, little Stinger Backspacer for my Spyderco McBee. Been waiting for these to come in stock for a couple of weeks since I got my hands on one of these McBees. I just thought these kind of look neat. Thought I'd do a little video and of the install and stuff and just show what's going on with it. So I gotta say right off the bat, the quality of this is not quite what I was expecting to see. This little piece cost $65, and it just it looks like it was probably cast, I'm guessing, and then there's just like some grinding stuff going on here that just, I don't know. I mean, you're not going to see that once it's installed, but it just, I didn't really like it when I saw it, just given the price of it. So we'll go ahead and take the McBee apart. And to do this, get yourself a good set of tools. I have the WIA German hardened steel bits and everything. You're going to need a T6. Oops, come here, you. A T6 and a T8 for the McBee. The T6 is for the pillar screws, and the T8's for the pivot. So go ahead and jump into this. While I do this, take pressure off the lock bar. It's kind of difficult on this tiny knife to do this, but take pressure off that lock bar. We'll take out these pillar screws. And I'm still keeping pressure off so that it's not pushing the blade over and putting pressure on all this stuff. Just makes the disassembly easier. T8 for the pivot. Take that guy out. And then your show side scale should pop off of there. A little bit of wiggling. There we go. So this is the inside of the McBee. Kind of interesting. Look at this tiny little phosphor bronze washer. That is just tiny. Huh. And you can see the flat spot on the pivot there, the pivot screw to keep it from rotating, so when you tighten it, the female screw will be captured. We got our pillars and our lanyard pin. Now I'd heard somebody say that the lanyard pin has to be removed, or the lanyard tube, I guess, not pin, to put this in. And just looking, I'm guessing that's gonna, oh yeah, definitely that lanyard tube nowhere near goes through that middle portion. So, all right. So it looks like, though, just I would say the pillars have to go through it. And they do not want to fit like that, so I'm guessing we're gonna have to loosen them a little bit, give some play in the pillars, and allow us to maneuver them through those holes. I'm just loosening them just a little bit, so they've got a little play to them. Let's see if we can't. There we go. Yeah, then it slips through there. So that's what we're looking at there. And I just see this whole thing, the whole Backspacer seems to have a curve in it. So it starts here, curves down, and then curves back up, is what it appears to me to do. I don't know how well that's showing up on the video. Let's try and get it back together and see what happens. Tighten these back down. I'm trying to keep pressure against the Backspacer to keep it close to the scale. as I do this. My T6 bit there. So with those tightened, now that thing's locked into place pretty well. It's not moving at all. But as you can kind of see, with it tightened down there, so you can kind of see that looks like it's arcing, curving a little bit down in this direction where the show side scale is going to be. So can't put our lanyard tube back in, so let's go ahead and get the show side scale back on. And once again, I'm trying to put pressure, take the pressure off the lock bar so it's not pushing on the blade. There, everything's snapped back down in there pretty easily. And let's just look here. Yeah, looks like we're good to redo our fasteners. And when I do this kind of stuff, I typically just take the bit initially. I don't put it back in the handle to tighten. I just kind of want to get everything engaged and a little snug. You don't want to be over tightening anything when you do this kind of stuff anyway. Get good tools, good hardened bits, so you're less likely to round off your hardware, damage the heads of your fasteners. Just go slowly, take it easy. All right, so it went back together okay, but yeah, see, here's what I was talking about. I think you can see this better with the knife assembled. See how it curves towards the show side scale? This one's almost touching the scale. Let's see if I can get a light background back there. The lock bar is kind of making it difficult to see, so we'll get that out of the way there. Yeah, I think you can really see that curvature there now. So see, it's actually, there's no daylight. The Backspacer is actually touching the show side scale here in the back. And you can see there's light coming in on this side, and it's almost the same over here. It's almost touching that show side scale, and then there's a pretty good gap over here. So the whole thing just curves in this direction. I mean, I like the way it looks. I think it, I mean, I know not everybody's going to like something like this. It's weird, but, oh, look at that. Oh, look where it goes through the lanyard hole there. That's not lined up well at all. Can you see that? There, I think you can see it pretty well there. So you can see here towards the top of that hole, you can see a big chunk of the Backspacer that's completely misaligned. Oh, and you can see it there on the back too. See right up here towards the top, you can see a lot of the Backspacer there. And then it dips down towards the bottom of the hole. I'm trying to hold a flashlight on this. Yeah, that, that's not great. Yeah, all right, well, I mean, it looks pretty neat, but yeah, I'm not super impressed with that. So, interesting. Okay, well, there she is, McBee with a Stinger Backspacer.